21,000 years ago, the movement of a large ice formation, called a glacier, formed the landscape of Long Island that we know today. We're currently looking at Hull's Landing Beach, located in Wading River, New York, along the north shore of Long Island. If you've ever visited a North Shore beach, you'll notice they are filled with thousands and thousands of rocks of all different shapes and sizes. This is because the North Shore sits on a glacial moraine, or in other words, an area filled with loose rocks and gravel that were pushed here and deposited by a glacier. This beach is also home to large boulders. If you were to look up this beach on a map, this boulder is appropriately named Big Rock. Big Rock, and other boulders like it, are called glacial erratics. They are rocks that broke off of outcrops or bedrock and then were transported large distances by the force of the moving glacier. Looking at where these large rocks were deposited can tell a story about the glacier's flow patterns. Now it's time to travel to the south shore of Long Island. We have now arrived at Tiana Beach off of Dune Road in Hampton Bays, New York. What major difference do we see on this South Shore beach? Little to no rocks in sight. If we take a closer look at the sediment, it's made up of very fine particles of sand. Yet again, our glacial history was the cause of this beach's composition. When the glacier was moving, rocks that were beneath it were ground up into tiny particles. As the glacier melted and began to recede, water flowed both underneath and outward from the end of the glacier, taking these small particles with it. It became an area known as an outwash plain, where the glacial deposits left behind are composed of many flat layers of sand and other fine sediments. And that's how the South Shore of Long Island was born. So the next time you visit either a South Shore or North Shore beach, take a closer look at what you can find beneath your feet. The sediment here reveals the geological history of how Long Island came to be.